Good afternoon, everybody. Crypto Strang here. Just going to have the latest news in the altcoin world shortly, but also do a price update. I do this every time I do the news, just to be transparent with previous projects we spoke about them and how they're doing now. So the first one, I actually spoke about this on November the 23rd, CFI, very speculative at the time, as I said. I stated could it pump times 100? Hasn't done that yet, but over time I believe this project does have a lot of potential. So as you see on the screen, so on the 23rd of November it was $3.73, it was ranked 770. The market cap was a real low cap gem, it was just over 2 million. So I was really had a lot of hope for this. And here we are today, less than 3 months later, we have a market cap nearly approaching 12 million, it's $8.42. So it's well over doubled, so that's been a nice return. It's now ranked 631, so it's making good progression. I think it was, again, we have a lot of hopes for CFI. I think 2021 is going to be absolutely fantastic. So just to be honest, when I've also done the video, I spoke briefly about Saffron Finance. It was basically such a low supply. Then it was just basically the supply was approaching 30,000, but the total supply was only 40,000. Then it was ranked 359 with a market cap 21.5 million, $724. Here we are today. The market cap's 105 million. It's 1,370 per SFI. And as you can see there, the supply though has actually gone up. That, when it said before the total supply, wasn't the total supply. The max supply is actually 100,000. So the previous screen on CoinMarket wasn't actually correct. However, you can see now 3/4 of the coins out there. So it's up 11% alone in the last 24 hours. So again, it's doing absolutely fantastic. It's now ranked 174, so it's making huge progress. Now, when you think about what YFI did last year, I'm not saying it's going to do the same, who knows? But, you know, these prices can absolutely rocket when you have such a low supply. So possibly one to keep your eye on. So just want to give a price update. I'll do it every week, every time I do one of these videos, just give you a price update from previous videos, because I appreciate we talk about many different projects on the channel. Anyway, getting back to the news. Now, obviously, this week has been absolutely massive for crypto in general. We've had huge talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything else. And when you go back to Cointelegraph here, you can see that Tesla's 1.5 billion Bitcoin buy throws the cat amongst institutional pigeons. Now, Elon Musk, who must have been late, he's been promoting Dogecoin, which everyone knows I don't believe in Dogecoin. It's an absolute joke of a coin, but he's been mentioning Bitcoin. Now Tesla have actually bought 1.5 billion. Now I saw a tweet, whether it's true, they've made more in a week from their Bitcoin holding than they have in 14 years selling cars. Whether that's true, I've seen a lot of tweets about that, so possibly. But when you get the companies like Tesla, put Bitcoin in the news, cryptocurrencies in general, then it creates a massive pump in the market. People jump on board. Fans of Tesla and Elon Musk alone think, well, you know, need to get in some of this, and it caused a massive bump for Bitcoin to reach its all-time high. So as we get mainstream adoption, this will affect the price. As I said before, not a Bitcoin holder, not at all, but obviously appreciate that it's the daddy of the cryptos, and massive corporations and mainstream adoption helps Bitcoin. It helps the altcoins and the cryptocurrency in general. So massive news this week, but the whole market's gone mad, let's be honest, in the last couple of weeks. So also saw this about Ethereum killers and layer 2 tokens rally despite 5% Bitcoin price drop. Now, we talk about layer 2s, a lot of layer 2s coming out. You know, we've talked about many, all the other alternate coins, not just talking about the favourites. You know, there's loads of them. Now, what they talk about here, ones that have, you go scroll through it, it's not ones I've actually sort of got involved with before. It states there, congestion high transaction fees on the Ethereum network have put a spotlight on layer 2 and the Ethereum virtual machine. Compatible protocols as projects and traders like Flood to Matic and Avalanche. Now, Matic, I used to hold a lot of Matic, and I sold them, well, quite a while ago. Been fairly stagnant over the sort of last 6 months. It's getting a lot of momentum, and perhaps I need to look into Matic again. But Avalanche, again, it's been climbing the charts. Last time I looked, it's actually just gone in the top 20. It was actually fantastic, making huge progress, huge price increases. It's just another one you've missed out on. But again, you can see it's so many projects, it's hard to keep track of all of them. It states there, this steady inflow of funds to each project resulting in price raises of more than 200% over the past week. And it has, you know, Avalanche been an absolute tear, but Matic, need to perhaps look back into Matic. I see it really does look a solid project. I think before it got a bit, a bit stagnant, the price dropped and it dropped down the charts, and I sold mine. Perhaps need to look into it again. Also states here about Binance Coin, you know, it's reached a new high of $148, absolutely incredible. You know, I remember when Binance was launched, I joined the exchange about July 2017, August 2017. when they launched it, it was 9 cents. They do regular burns of BNB. BNB is just not used on the exchange, it's actually on other exchanges, it's used worldwide. It's even like a Australian travel company you can use BNB. In fact, they're burning BNB regularly. Again, that affects the prices. Less and less are out there. So there's a lot going on. But getting back to Ethereum, who knows? I've spoken about this many times. We have no idea when Ethereum 2.0 is coming out. No one knows. Could be another year. And in that time, the gas fees are getting astronomical. Literally last week, I had some old ICOs, projects which some of them are great. A couple of them, one of them was still outside the top 1,000 a year and a half later. And I had about $100 worth. So I transferred it to an exchange. I was basically going to exchange it for something else because it was a stagnant. It wasn't going anywhere. It was just one that looked great on ICO. Hasn't really materialized. Anyway, it's $100. To send it from my Ether wallet to the exchange cost me $9.97 in Ethereum just to send it. Now that is just crazy. Crazy gas fees. And that's where the scalability. Ethereum is basically now the victim of its own success. So much projects out there, the ecosystem now is so congested. And that is why, when you think this year, unless 2.0 comes out in a decent time and is as good as they say, as we always say, the likes of Polka, Cardano, Tezos, etc., will take over, and they will, their market, they'll get to their Ethereum's market cap gradually. So there's a lot to. Ethereum's got a massive year ahead of it. Can it sustain it? Who knows? Now, going back to CoinMarketCap, obviously, market cap's pretty much record this week at the moment. Not far off now, 1.5 trillion, which is absolutely incredible. Amazing how the market cap is going. You scroll through the charts and you can see, like you say, your Bitcoin is not far off 50,000 now. Ethereum's not far off 1,800. Incredible. Cardano, though, the one that I always talk about, I know, always said my first price target was $1. Slowly getting there, 93 cents. Less than 90 days, 95 days ago, it was merely like 4 or 5p, or say 8-9 cents, in dollar terms. Absolutely incredible. And here we are, not far off $1 now. Huge returns. And you scroll through it, Polkadot today, all-time high, over $25. Kusama, all-time high today. Chainlink, look at that, nearly $28. Even Stellar's nearly, approaching half $1. There's so much going on there. Look at Aave, previous lend, now ranked 14, $530 each. You go scroll through it, like EOS. I'm not an EOS fan, I hold it. I thought it's gone quite stagnant, still in the top 20. I never pay attention to what EOS are doing now, to be honest. It seems quite stagnant to me. Maybe they are still developing, I don't know. And there's talk about Avalanche, there you go, look in the top 20. IOTA had a massive pump, look at that. Now, IOTA's now up 62%, it's $1.25. Now, IOTA, a lot of stories they last year about lack of funds. I used to be a massive hold of IOTA in the last bull run. There's a massive resurrection in itself. It's now ranked 21. Look at the market cap, nearly $3.5 billion. Huge strides. Cosmos doing great. Look at that, $16.68. Not a fan of Tron and Monero. Tezos, $4.26. Synthetics, great one. Look at Elrond. Since they changed Elrond from the old Elrond to the one where they renamed it EGLD, nearly $180. Theta, absolutely incredible, nearly $3. VE Chain, one we talk about a lot, done a video on that recently, just gone over 4 cents, 25% in the last 24 hours. Our favourite there, Neo, $37. Huobi token, see how much that's climbed in price. Remember looking at it before, it was like $4, looking at 13. Maker's just incredible, that's had massive highs in the bear market, and subsequent, I remember seeing ones that was $200. Look at that, 2,500 now. Solana, fair new project. Talk about them going on Coinbase that time. Compound, the Graph, another one, had a massive last few months on launch, going on Coinbase, etc. We don't go through all of it, but also quite surprising to see Crypto.com coin now at 41, 8 cents. Market cap still 1.8 billion. It's dropped down the charts quite a lot. UMA, mentioned that briefly before, nearly $30. Algorand, $1.24, and so on. I'll go through the whole chart up here forever, but just see how incredible the market is. Absolutely incredible. Wonderful times, it really is. Let's go through the biggest gains and losers over the last 24 hours. As I talk about this, many pump and dump coins. This Cartesian, I'm going to look into it. It looks quite interesting. I had a brief look. Enigma, again, around quite a while. A lot of the other projects are purely pump and dump. But one I noticed here was Polka Bridge. Now, I actually done a video first thing this morning on Polkadot and all the projects being built on Polkadot, and I have a lot of hope for Polkadot. And then I see this project, which I didn't actually know about until I saw on here. It's 37 cents. Volume last 24 hours, 5 million. So I had a quick look onto it, and it looks a really good product. 703 in the charts. I scrolled down, it's like, wow, it's had massive pumps. Well, if you want to look on CoinMarket, you see all different prices here, etc. All-time high, it was actually 41 cents on February 11th. At the beginning of the month, it was 3 cents. 929% growth this month. Circulating supply, about a third. Still a lot to come out. But Polka Bridge, anything on Polka at the moment, I've got a lot of interest. So I'm looking PBR a bit more. Might get myself some, but you can see at the moment it's up 101% the last 24 hours. So probably the worst time to buy it. You know, let's be honest, we have to just watch it stabilise. But I think it's a real solid project. Now, I went on the market, see where it's on. It's only on a couple of the 1-inch and Uniswap. So it's not on any main exchanges, traditional ones. Market cap, just over 10 million. So it could be, not saying not financial advice, just saying, look at that volume in the last 24 hours and the relatively low supply in the crypto speak. The market looks could be a low cap gem, but at the moment it's up 101%. So that was interesting this morning. It's actually done a video. So I'm Polka Dot, and now I've found another project by the end of the day. So I'll look into PBR and see how we progress. Next thing really on sort of CoinMarketCap as we go through it, you can see that obviously say the market at the moment is just absolutely incredible. What I want to say is though, on here, you've got an actual section there where you can earn some CKB, which I spoke about many times, Nervous Network, and 1-inch. When you go on, you can actually earn some sand as well. Now, what you do is you go on here. Now, this is basically you answer some basic questions, and you link your Binance ID number, and they send you the coins to your Binance. So it's just something to sort of watch. Really, and what we do is watching videos. Now, I found the videos on Nervous Network excellent. I love the projects. I've had them on the channel, fantastic. Watch the video, it gives an extra insight to Nervous Network. I actually spoke to one of the leaders, William Lai, and he was saying how much effort they put into it to explain Nervous. Now, what you have to do, you have to then answer some questions and you get the free Nervous. Now, basically, the questions are fairly straightforward. However, if you go on Medium, someone's actually wrote down all the answers. So if you put on Google, for example, CoinMarketCap, Nervous Network, quiz answers, you'll get them. But I say, the videos explain what they are. You can answer the questions, 1-inch. The graph and the sand, which is an NFT, which a couple of NFTs recently, and they've had a massive price increase. The projects I spoke about before, and I said on that video, 2021 is going to be massive for NFTs. So get on CoinMarket, you can actually get yourself some free sand, free GRT, free 1-inch, and free CKB. I think Nervous Network is going to have a wonderful year. It's not even 1 cent yet. It's never been to 1 cent ever. It's, for relatively new projects, been around 15, 16 months. It's been in the top 100. It's basically peeping on the fact he's in the top 100. It's nearly there. It's absolutely incredible for such a relatively new project. So CKB is definitely one to keep on your radar. Moving on to CoinDesk, MasterCard will let merchants accept payments in crypto this year. Now, MasterCard, again, doesn't get left behind because Visa was basically getting all the debit cards. Visa was the most proactive in the crypto space. MasterCard, I used to have a MasterCard debit card about 3 years ago, and they stopped that company doing it, and they pretty much went anti-crypto. But now they really seem to be realising if they might get left behind. If they don't follow Visa's lead, they will get left behind, and they don't want to be another massive company that suffers through development and technology. You think of the huge companies over the years we've known, like Kodak and Blockbuster Video, they just didn't keep up with the technology, did they? And they just falter. So I'm not saying MasterCard ever falter, but they need to keep up with what's going on in the world. So states there MasterCard plan to give merchants the option to receive payments in cryptocurrency late this year. According to the source familiar with this matter, the functionality to receive MasterCard's customers digital currency payments settled in crypto at participating merchants. So that's absolutely fantastic. Again, mainstream adoption, what we all want to see. Talking about mainstream adoption, this was the Uber CEO. It says company to consider crypto for rise, not its balance sheet. Now, if you can imagine that on your Uber app, you have basically you can pay your ride with cryptos. Again, this is pure mainstream adoption for a massive company like Uber. It states here, Uber CEO said on CNBC Thursday, the Russia giant consider accepting cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, as a form of payment. So that's good news, not definite, looking into it. However, it's absolutely fantastic if they do. Again, massive news for cryptocurrency in general. Going back to the story, talking about Ethereum and the congestion and the gas fees, etc. I saw this article on Crypto Slate. Other DeFi-focused networks are surging as Ethereum congestion narrative spurs up. Went all through it, and it's like Ethereum's alternatives going traction into congestion. It talked about Avalanche again. went all through it. But I liked this bit when it's all about incoming solutions. Many are the solutions that can allow Ethereum to maintain its dominance, but to process more transactions at lower cost. The first discussion has been to increase the block size of Ethereum blocks. But, you're still going to have the gas fees and, the fact that Ethereum 2.0 is so far behind, So who knows? But you scroll down through it and it's time to raise the Ethereum gas limit from 12.5 million to at least 15, 20 million. Safety is because the uncle rate is its minimum. Will that slow down the network? Who knows? And it also states here, positive though, has been good progress made on the front of layer 2 scaling solutions such as optimistic Ethereum, which projects like Synthetics, Uniswap and Rary Capital are dabbling right now. So Ethereum have got obviously plan to address these issues, but they need to address them quick, otherwise they will be left behind. Another story I saw on CoinNounce was about Grayscale. Now, Grayscale, massive hedge fund company in America, and it basically is crypto assets under management now worth 36 billion. And this is what mainstream adoption is with investors now going away from fiat. They want the digital assets. They want the cryptocurrencies. They feel it's more secure than fiat. And, you state there, Bitcoin remained the largest holding of the company with nearly 650,000 Bitcoin under management. Incredible. Now, they're obviously making huge stride. And you can see there on their actual chart there, they've got their trust for the Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic even, would you believe, Horizon, Litecoin, Stellar Lumen, Zcash. But also saw this news article, like many probably saw this was news a few days ago, and someone even asked Charles Hoskin in an interview about it, and he wasn't very, wasn't going to basically commit to any answering of it. But states on this news article, it was all around the articles last week. Grayscale Investments, a subsidiary of Barry Silver VC company, the Digital Currency Group, says 6 new trusts, which includes those that share a link to Polka and Aave. The other new trusts added by Grayscale and Monero, Cardano, Cosmos, and EOS. All of these trusts were announced on basically end of January by the Delaware Trust Company, which is Grayscale's statutory trustee. So states also states these new trusts have been launched after Grayscale had incorporated 6 other trusts, which includes a link to Chainlink and Tezos. When you've got hedge funds and companies like this actually having funds purely for crypto, it just makes it such mainstream adoption. It's absolutely incredible. So also on the blog Blockfolio, there's quite a bit of news this week. It states there about Ethereum going to new high, but also Ethereum's transaction fee soared 7 times. Jack Dorsey has revealed that he's running his own Bitcoin node. Wow, that's incredible. That was a shame about millions stolen in Yuan finance exploit. PayPal's new crypto services greatly exceed internal projections. Now, we said last year, I think PayPal was one that sort of ignited the market last year. As soon as you heard the PayPal news, the market started to really pump. And it just, again, it's worldwide vision and people makes all the news and people start to wake up to cryptos and what it is. Other signals of that was Tezos support NFTs, mentioned that before, and they're going to launch an ETH to Tezos bridge, which is absolutely incredible for Tezos. So it's been fairly quiet lately, but Tezos, great project. Amigo network partners with Enya for secure multi-party computation. Dash trading volume up. Bluezell mainnet goes live. Now, looking to Bluezell briefly, it does look a good, interesting project. Might have to go into that a bit more. So I think Bluezell will go in depth with that project very soon. So I do like the look of it. Let's see how they go. Just launched their mainnet, so you expect a big pump now anyway. So basically, just want to say it's been an absolutely incredible couple of weeks. Market just going crazy. I say the fact we need to get into 1.5 trillion is just absolutely amazing. Think where we were, last year this time, and remember March we had the massive dump when all the COVID was starting, all the markets were crashing, including crypto. We even just dumped. Even Bitcoin went to like 5,000. I think Cardano was like 3 cents. The whole market cap, I think, if I remember, it dropped just below 200 billion, and here we are 1.5 trillion. So it's incredible the mainstream adoption we're getting. Luckily, all my favourite projects are doing fantastic, not just ADA, but also Polkadot, the Link, the Icon, VE Chain. They're all doing fantastic. So wonderful time to be in crypto. Anyone want any help? Email me info@cryptostrang.com. Social media links are below. Help any way I can. This year is going to be absolutely incredible for crypto. It's going to be an incredible ride. It's going to be a wonderful year. Thanks very much, guys. We'll chat soon. Cheers. Bye.